Welcome or welcome back. Good afternoon. There is so much left to do in this house. I'm just kind of jumping from one project to the next. I'm going to go through a list of things that still have to be done just to make this house livable. We are still living like this. Today is 3 weeks since we moved in. You know, we had the bright idea that what we would do is try to get these rooms painted first before we moved anything into them. I was doing really good. This was not bothering me, but it's really starting to get cumbersome when this is how, you can see this is how we have to get around because we have a maze. It's a maze. Let me take you through the list. And I am going to be jumping around in this video. Dave's man cave is really the only room that's semi-ready. So we started moving things into here. You guys saw in the last video that I did put his cabinets together. In this room, we still have to hang new ceiling fans. We still have to buy the ceiling fans. We haven't even bought them yet. We also have to measure the window and get blinds. This room, the guest bedroom, is almost complete. What I have to do in here is paint the trim, which I am going to start that today. Because I am who I am, I do not want to set anything on these wire racks until I've cleaned them. Also, this wire rack is not very secure. As you can see, this one's not even attached. This one's not even attached either, but it's also coming out of the wall. This one's coming out of the wall. This one's coming out of the wall. This is the only one that is secure. And of course, these. I would like to repair that, to fix it. I don't think it's going to get fixed right away though. So I'm just not going to set anything heavy up there until we can figure out what we're doing, because even this, this is okay. Now there is another linen closet here right outside this bedroom that we were just in. I haven't even touched that. I want to clean the wire racks in that too before I set anything on there. This is part of the bed that needs to be put together for this room. We did buy a bed from IKEA and a nightstand from IKEA. Before I put the bed together, we don't have a mattress for the bed yet, so we still have to buy the mattress. But before I put the bed together, I want to paint the trim. This bathroom in here, we still have pictures and everything in the tub. I haven't even touched this bathroom. It still needs to be cleaned. I need to clean out the cabinets. It needs to be painted. We are going to be changing out the light fixture, the mirror, possibly the vanity. We don't know. We did talk about it because that's not very expensive to replace. Vanities, you can get them for $200-300. It's not thousands, is what I'm saying. The kitchen. The kitchen counters still look like this. We have not cooked a meal in this house yet because there's just no room to prepare anything. There are things in the cabinets. I have unpacked a lot of boxes, but this kitchen is smaller than the kitchen that I had previously, so I don't have room for a lot of my things. For example, this big crab pot that we bought because my son and my daughter-in-law like to eat crabs. And we used to live at the beach, so every time they would come to visit us, they would want to catch crabs and steam them. So we bought that for this, but I also use that for Thanksgiving, Christmas, when I cook a big pot of greens or anything like that. Well, it doesn't fit in any of these cabinets, so I have to figure out what I'm going to do with that. I have all my cookbooks in these boxes. I don't have anywhere to put those. I have a crock pot in here. I don't have anywhere to put that. I don't have anywhere to put my air fryer. I did do this today. Dave replaced the bottom of this, so it looks much better. I did want to caulk these areas though. I did prime this because this was all mold, and this is just a temporary fix because eventually we are going to be ripping out the kitchen and putting up IKEA cabinets. So I'm waiting on this to dry because I did caulk all that this morning. I'm waiting on that to dry. Then I'm going to put shelf liner in there. And then I do have a lot of things that can be put down there, like these, dishwasher pods. I have a lot of stuff over here, the Cascade. There's liquor up here too. And just all of this stuff. I have nowhere to put it. The dining room looks like this. I did unwrap this yesterday. This is new to us. I don't think you've seen it before because I don't think we've shown it to you. Dave's dad, Joe, and Marcia live in a 55 and over neighborhood. If you haven't watched that video, we stayed with them during the transition of selling our old house and buying this one. And they had a neighbor that was moving and she was selling a lot of her things. We bought this from her. We also bought an armoire, which I'll show you that. It's out here. It has a bunch of stuff in front of it, but we also bought this armoire from her, and that is going to go in the guest bedroom to house a TV and for extra storage. So we also bought this buffet. It's very beautiful. It does have lots of storage, so I'm thinking of taking maybe one of these cabinets out and using that for maybe my crock pot, maybe the air fryer. Also thinking of making this my coffee and wine bar, liquor bar. We have this storage. It has a little drawer here. And then we have all of the storage. I can also take one of these shelves out too if I need more space. This is the dining room table. It's been like that since we moved in 3 weeks ago. This is our bedroom furniture right here. This is our armoire that goes in our bedroom, and our nightstands that go in our bedroom are right here, right there. The craft room, this, if you haven't been watching the videos, we found some water damage. And this corner here has been driving me insane. So this corner right here has been cracked. I have sanded, thin set, joint compound. It's not thin set, joint compound. I have sanded, joint compound, sanded, joint compound. None of that was working. It's still cracked. So I have resorted to using some of the mesh material. This is mesh with one coat of joint compound over it. I'm going to have to wait 24 hours because if you didn't know already, when you use joint compound, you have to wait for it to dry, and it normally takes 24 hours for it to dry completely. It's been 3 weeks of this and we're still here. So after that is finally fixed, I'm going to have to tape off these windows with said plastic and use my, what do you call that stuff? Texture orange peel to try to match the walls. Now these walls are not as textured as the last house we were in, which is a good thing. That means I might be able to use some wallpaper in some of the rooms, which I do plan to do in the laundry room. The master bedroom. This is how we've been living for 3 weeks. You know, all you people out there that say that I'm bougie, I don't see where you can say that I'm bougie because I can live like this and be perfectly fine. It has been driving me nuts. I'm not gonna lie. I can be bougie when I need to be bougie, and I can be slumming it when I need to be slumming it. The next step in here is to paint the ceiling, and then I can paint the walls. Bathroom is still unorganized. I need to do a lot of things in here. One thing I really want to do is deep clean the shower. So yeah, there's cracks over here. There's a pretty big crack over here that I do want to caulk. We are eventually going to be tearing this shower out and replacing the tile, but that's probably going to be years down the road. And then the tub, I have cleaned it once. I do want to clean it again because there's still residue in the jets, and I saw a recipe online that I want to try. So we're going to try that and then caulk around the tub because the cracks around the tub are really bad. Like you can see in the cracks in the tile on both sides. And I mean, pretty much all the way around needs to be caulked. I mean, look how bad that crack is. So that's what I've been doing every day, is just doing what I can. I've had 2 days of rest out of the 3 weeks since we moved in. All the other days has been go, 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 go. Yesterday, I did have to take a day of rest because I think all these days of go, 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 go have really caught up with me. I felt like utter, total poop yesterday. My stomach hurt. I had a headache. I was nauseous most of the day. So I just rested. Oh. And I didn't even mention outside. There is tons of stuff for us to do outside. Right now, I just have all my plants sitting out there. The cushions to those loungers are still in those black plastic bags. So the whole outside is the whole thing. We want to clean the lanai. We want to get furniture for the lanai. We want to, I have to repot some of the plants because they got gnats, and we don't want to bring them in the house to have gnats in the house. Yeah. When I go over the list, it starts to get overwhelming, but I'm not gonna let myself get overwhelmed. I've done so good up until now for 3 weeks. I'm gonna continue being okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna keep lying to myself, and I'm gonna get busy. Hello. It's the next day. Yes, I have on the same clothes. This wall in this craft room is really testing my patience. I put this on there yesterday, covered it with joint compound, sanded it today. Now above it is cracking where it was not cracking before. So I did put some more tape on there and covered it again with joint compound again. I'm hoping by the end of this week, maybe I'll be able to start painting the ceiling in here. This room is not huge, so I don't think it will be a big deal. And what I am going to have to do in every single room is go around the perimeter, just like I did in the man cave and in the guest bedroom, and paint some ceiling paint around the perimeter, because the people that did paint these rooms, whether they were the homeowners or someone that they hired, did get paint on the ceiling in every single room. I am going to go around the perimeter and paint the perimeter so that I have that nice crisp line when I go to paint. Okay. All right. I think I have, it may still evolve because I do have some peel and stick wallpaper somewhere in all this chaos. And I do think I am going to put some peel and stick wallpaper back there just to cover up the paint, because I'm going to have to look at it for a year, year and a half, 2 years. There we go. There we go. Oh, there we go. I had 2 of these. They came 2 in a pack, so why not? I mean, you know, you can never have too many drying towels, right? I'm going to go put together a bed. Put together a bed. I said that all jumbled up. Put together a bed. Okay, I am the biggest dumbass on the face of the planet. I got the nightstand put together and got ready to start on the bed and realized that I did not double check the color when we bought it from IKEA, because we did the click and collect, which is you purchase it online and then you pick it up at the store. Originally, I was gonna get the gray stained bed, but we decided to get it's called black brown. The black brown is exactly what we had previously, and I didn't want to get what we had previously at first. I wanted something different, same bed, but I just was gonna get a different color, which I do like this color. It is pretty. It would have looked different. Since we bought this armoire from Joe's neighbor, Dave's dad and stepmom's neighbor, this one, it's dark. It's a dark brown color, and I thought it looked kind of retro with which, you know, you'll see it in all of its glory when it's out from that corner with things piled around it, but the gray wouldn't have looked right with it. It's all my fault because I did not double check before I clicked purchase, checkout, submit, whatever. Luckily, they do have the black brown in stock, but what I'm going to have to do is we're going to have to load this back in Dave's truck because it will not fit in my car, I don't think. Whatever happens, it's going to have to be returned, and we're going to have to get the right color. Now I feel defeated. Now I feel like a dumbass. I'll check back in with you tomorrow. Good night for now. Okay, so I did make it back to IKEA. That was yesterday. I didn't film yesterday, and I'll explain why in just a minute. But I did go back to IKEA yesterday. I did get the right color bed. I have put it together to the point that I can do by myself. I need Dave to help me do the rest. That's the nightstand that I put together 2 days ago. And this is the headboard, footboard, slats. So I need him to help me get these slats over to this section and then put it all together. That means that this afternoon this room will be close to completion. I did order the ceiling fans today too for all 4 rooms. So we're going to have a new ceiling fan in master bedroom, man cave, guest bedroom, and craft room. There's 4. And then I ordered a 5th one for the living room. We already have pretty new ceiling fans out here on the lanai. There's 2 of them actually. And they're pretty new. And they're pretty cool. They work on remote. I'm getting ready to work in the craft room. I think that I have the last coat of mud joint compound on there. I think when I sand that, it'll be smooth enough to where I can go ahead and do the texture and start on the ceiling, the walls. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is take the ceiling paint and go around the perimeter like I had talked about. The reason that I didn't film yesterday was pretty stressful, and I debated on whether I should say anything or not, because we share a lot with you. There are some things that we keep private, and we have always told you guys that Dave works in the HVAC field. We found out yesterday that the owner of the business that he works for sold the business. What does that mean for us? Well, it could be a good thing or it could be a very bad thing. We have actually been through this before. This is not our first rodeo. Dave has worked for one company that went bankrupt and closed its doors. Luckily, he got out before that actually happened, but he was there towards the very end where people were racing each other to the bank because the account would literally run out of money before people could cash their paychecks. He worked for another company that actually sold. The company sold, I think, 6 to 8 months after he started. That did not work out very well. This is the second time that has happened to him, that he has worked there for 6 years and the company has now sold to someone else. We just don't know what that means for Dave's future with that company. It was a very, very stressful day yesterday. He is basically a new employee. He basically works for someone else and he's starting over from zero. Our insurance is going to change, so we were scrambling around to cancel doctor's appointments because the old insurance is not valid as of today. We both had doctor's appointments scheduled, so we both had to scramble around to cancel those. When he gets home from work tonight, we're going to have to scramble around to get him set up on all of the websites that need to be set up, or he won't get a paycheck next week. So that's really important. Yeah, that's what happened yesterday. So send good thoughts and good vibes to us. By the time you see this, it's probably going to be weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks after, because I am trying to get out all of our before and afters for the house that we lived in previous to this one before I start showing you what we've been diving into here. Yeah, that's the update. We will adapt and adjust just like we always have. Dave and I have been together for 18 years. November of this year will be 19 years. So we have been through many, many trials and tribulations. So we will adjust and adapt as needed. But that doesn't mean it doesn't come with stress. So I hoped to have a video out today for Friday because Friday's an upload day. But I just did not take the time yesterday to edit that video, or to start editing that video to get it out today. What I have been doing before all this craziness started and we decided to sell our house and buy another one at the same time, I had, things edited and scheduled to go out so that I, had plenty of time to plan. And that stopped the minute that chaos started happening in our lives. I have not been able to pre-edit a lot of things to get them scheduled to get out to you. So all the videos that you have seen up until now, and again, it's going to be weeks before you see this, but I'm just trying to explain myself to myself, I guess. The Thursday Thoughts with Tiffany, my life has been so crazy, I have not been able to film those at all. I will get back into them once our lives calm down a little bit. That is our lives right now. So like I said, send good vibes, good thoughts, good energies, the hoodoo. We'll keep on trucking along like we always do. I am not going to reveal everything that I'm going to do, but if you can tell, I am going to go ahead and paint just this portion of the ceiling with the wall paint. But yeah, all the cutting in is done. I really like this color. I think it's going to look really good. Oh, I have just been moving and grooving and forgot to update you guys, but the craft room paint is complete. I have finished all the trim. Looks glorious. I do need to do something about this. It's the access for the jacuzzi pump that's back there, but the room's done and I've already started moving things into it. These two so far, of course, they are not anchored to the wall at the top. I also need to find the lights that go on the top because I don't know where they are. They're somewhere. I haven't found them yet. But I'm so excited to get this room put together. Oh man, it feels good to have all this stuff out and back. Good afternoon. I was able to get some things moved into the craft room last night. Dave helped me move the craft room table into here. So this is what we got. This is not how it's gonna stay. We just have all of this in the middle of the room because I don't know where else to put it. This box is actually the other gray chair that's going to be going into the master bedroom. In my old craft room, if you remember that room, I had a closet, an actual closet with shelving storage that we added to it. And I don't have that in this room. There's no closet in this room. So we are going to be going to Lowe's and getting those builder grade cabinets that you can get to go in baths or kitchens. And we're going to actually build over here along this wall. I don't know exactly how much space we're going to have, but either 4 feet, 6 feet, or maybe even 8 feet. I don't think we're going to have 8 feet because of the bookshelf cupboard thingy. We're going to be putting that there, and we're going to put butcher block countertops on top of it. We may even decide to put some over cabinets over it too. It just depends on how much storage I'm actually going to have. We could put cabinets on the wall too. I don't know what we're going to do, but I hope you come along for all of it. I'm going to say something really quick about the movers that we had that moved us. And I did recommend them in one of the previous videos when we were moving. I recommended them. I do think that they're still a wonderful company. I do think that the owner is phenomenal. I think it's more the people that he has working for him. They've moved us 4 times. The first 3 times, no problems whatsoever. Nothing got broken. There were scratches that happened on some things, and that is a given. Anytime you move a whole house full of furniture and belongings, you're going to have some things that get scratched. But nothing major that couldn't be covered up with, you know, a scratch kit or whatever. This time, lots of things got broken. We have seen lots of, I'm not going to go through the list, but lots of things got damaged, and we would probably not use them again because of that. This move was very hard on us, and it's just been a lot. It's been a lot. And then for it to be a hard move, and then when you're going through boxes and you're seeing things that got broken, or you're seeing things that got damaged that you are going to have to fix, is discouraging. I don't know if it was the storage units or if it was their truck or a combination of both, but everything was absolutely filthy. And when I say absolutely filthy, I mean visible black dirt on things. So I'm having to clean everything before we actually put it on the carpet because the bottom of everything is so dirty. I'm giving myself a break because I'm exhausted. And I want to have a day that I just don't really do a whole lot of physical labor because everything on my body hurts. So I'm giving myself a break today. I did go to the grocery store today for the first time. We finally have groceries in the house. We're finally going to start cooking meals here in the evenings instead of going out to dinner every night because that's getting very, very expensive. But yeah, that's my day for you in a nutshell. I went to the grocery store. I'm getting ready to polyurethane a coat on the craft table, and I'm just going to organize. But I will catch back up with you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed coming along for everything that I've shown you in this one. And I'll see you in the next one. All those YouTube things. Bye.